So we're going to talk about some common logs, and I really want to be clear on this, the way this book is addressing it, common logarithms. So there is something called a common log, and a common log, by the way, I didn't really write it in here because it's not in this lesson, but a common log would just be when if you look on your calculator, see log, that's log base 10. Means log base 10. What we're talking about in this one is what you're probably going to use much more. I don't even know that many people that use the common log anymore. But I mean, it's used in some scientific settings. It's used in like pH and Richter scale and decibels and so on. But for the sake of what we're talking about right now, we're talking about another one, the natural logarithm. Natural logarithm is base e. So remember when we talked about base e, so it's that irrational number that we came up with. So like 1 plus 1 over n to the n power, is that what it was? So anyway, as n goes to infinity, or was it 1 over? But anyway, that's what it is. So what you do have on your calculator, you probably have an ln button. ln means natural log. Don't ask me why it's backwards like that. Probably Latin. So log base e of x is natural log of x. So the natural logarithm of a positive number x satisfies the definition for x being greater than 0. Y equals natural log of x is equivalent to e to the y equals x. So same thing as if we're doing log base 2 or log base 3. It's just log base e. But the natural logarithms is used in a lot of calculations, like when we did exponential growth and decay, that was a base e. And so we would be using this, especially when we solve equations, the natural log tool on our calculators. So we read ln x as the logarithm with base e of x, or, as everyone else in the world says, the natural logarithm of x, or just natural log. The logarithm y is the exponent to which e must be raised to get x. Since the function y equals e to the x and y equals natural log of x are inverse functions, natural log of e to the x equals x for all x in e to the natural log of x equals x. So what I'm trying to say is when you take the natural log of e to the x, you get x. E to the natural log of x, you get x. So that they cancel. This is going to be, someone's going to be screaming at the keyboard or at the screen, one of my math colleagues. But essentially this kind of cancels and leaves you the x. And this kind of cancels and leaves you the x. And it's, I don't want to say that it actually is canceling, because what it is, what is natural log? Saying this says e to what power is e to the x? Well, e to the x is e to the x. Or in the other case, e to the power of that it takes e to become x is going to be just x. So anyway, here we go. Evaluate y equals natural log of x to 4 places using a calculator. So I wish I had a way to do it on the screen. Maybe I'll try to figure that out someday. But I'm going to my ln button and typing in 500, and I hit enter, and I get 6.2146. That's it to 4 places. And we can just check that. If you take e to that power, it's not going to be exact to the 500 because e to the 6.2146, because there's a round off error here. So I'm going to do, if I hit second natural log, I get this e to the x button. So then I do 6.2146. And oh, look at that. It's 499.9959508. And someone else is screaming at the screen saying, hey, significant figures, but that's okay. I'm a math guy, so we'll move on from there. And that's it for this section and for this, the overall section, this video on this section. So go ahead and do the homework now.